looks at me like I'm some evil monster and a psychopath. Like, I don't even know if I can take this anymore.
Do you want to hang out?
Yeah.
Do you want to walk around with me?
Well, hold on a second.
Everybody, I've been waiting 30 minutes. Did you tell him not to come?
I told him.
I spent thousands on this place. What is wrong with you?
I don't know what's going on.
It's your fault. Nobody showed up. There were supposed to be like 100 people right around the building.
I get mad because she copies everything I do.
She does.
People are saying that I'm copying her, but I feel like she hacked my TikTok or something.
You guys, can someone tell me what is actually going on with Natalie Reynolds right now? Because every time I think her drama can't get any messier, some other clip of her story drops and somehow it is worse than the last one. We've got the lake stunt that made people sick, the braids fiasco, her mocking a homeless man, even this wild boar hunting stream, all resurfacing at once. And now she is being blamed for trashing the Bop House like it was her personal playground. It's almost like people have stopped asking if Natalie's problematic and started asking, okay, so how bad does it get? And while Brooke Monk hasn't said a word publicly, everyone is noticing that a lot of these old receipts keep popping up as Brooke's new content is trending. Brooke is just doing her usual videos, minding her business, while people connected the dots on how Natalie isn't just copying her content, she's also got a past that's, well, a whole lot darker. So let's talk about it, because between all of these clips and stories, Natalie is not looking like some quirky influencer anymore. She's looking like someone who crossed the line from messy to flat out abusive. If there is one video people can't let go of, it's the lake incident. I'm talking about the lake stunt, the video that basically turned her from a random TikTok girl into one of the most dragged creators online. You guys probably remember it, but let's run it back. Natalie dared a homeless woman to jump in a lake for $20, fully knowing that the woman couldn't swim. The woman is screaming, I can't swim, begging for help, and what does Natalie do? Runs off laughing with her friends, filming it like it's a prank video. Check this out. You can actually hear the woman panicking while Natalie is laughing in the background like it's entertainment.
You should jump in.
Alright, I'm gonna jump in with my shoes on.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, ready?
Oh, hey!
You said you wanted to swim.
You told me to jump in.
I didn't tell you to jump in.
I can't swim. I can only float.
Oh, she might literally die.
She's drowning in the lake.
And just when people thought it couldn't get any worse, Natalie tried to apologize. She posted a video of herself calling the woman to make things right, but viewers immediately caught that it wasn't even the woman. It was clearly Natalie's boyfriend pretending to be her, putting on a fake voice. Listen to this part. The voice actually cracks halfway through, and the comments were tearing it apart for how fake it sounded.
Hi, this is Natalie Reynolds from the lake situation. Oh my god, it's Natalie from the lake. Yeah, I just was calling to say that I'm really sorry and I regret it so bad. Oh, listen, it's okay. I've been trying to talk to you for so long. I know. It's okay. We all messed up. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me.
Like, who even does that? Instead of just apologizing like a normal person, she turns it into another performance and ends up looking even worse. Even when people started calling her out, she hits us with this half-baked apology saying she's only human and doesn't have friends in real life, so sometimes she just does things. Watch this part of her video. She is literally trying to excuse leaving someone screaming at a lake by blaming it on being lonely.
I know what I did was a horrible mistake, but everyone deserves a second chance. Like, why else do you think I post so much? It's because I have no friends, no life, and I've had no friends for the last 3 years, and now the whole world is making fun of me for it.
And guys, tell me, how does being lonely have anything to do with dangling money at someone who could have drowned? Then she had the audacity to complain that people still bring this up. Like, girl, of course they do. You can't just laugh at someone in crisis on camera, drop a fake apology, and expect everyone to move on. Look at this. She is literally on camera, rolling her eyes, acting like she's the one being harassed while the internet is just reminding her of the fact that she left someone screaming in a lake.
Isn't it crazy people still talk about Lady in the Lake? The most, like, that clip, it was a 2-minute interaction in my life.
But here's the thing, once you watch that clip again and then see everything else she's done since, you realize this wasn't the oops moment, it was the first big red flag in a whole timeline of messy, abusive stunts. Remember when she popped up on TikTok wearing braids, acting like it was just another hairstyle? And when people called her out, instead of apologizing, she doubles down. She actually argues that Vikings did it first, like that somehow makes it okay.
Then why does it make your hair fall out?
So you think just because I don't have the proper hair type for these braids, I shouldn't be getting it?
If you know the history behind it, okay, but if you don't know the history behind it, you have no business wearing it.
And the history behind it is Vikings created them, so therefore I can wear this hairstyle.
We wear that.
It's braids.
Take that out now.
You're being brutal.
Take out now.
Okay, what's your
Take
And she went back down.
that ugly. Take that out now.
It wasn't even just the braids, you guys. She kept leaning into it, using race as a way to stir up comments, like she wanted the outrage clicks. And every time someone tried to educate her on cultural history, she either ignored it or turned it into a defensive, attention-grabbing back and forth. Even Candace Owens jumped in on it at one point, trying to spin it into one of her usual cancel culture's out-of-control rants. And like, of course Candace did, because let's be real, if even she is dragging your name into her nonsense, you know the situation is messy. Just check this out and then you tell me.
Her name is Natalie Reynolds, and she decided one day, she woke up and said, I am just going to paint my body like leggings and wear them to the gym. I'm serious. She was butt naked and decided to paint blue onto herself and go to the gym to see how men would react.
The wild part? Natalie knew what she was doing. Every time the videos went viral, she got more views, more comments, and more people talking about her. But instead of learning from it, she just kept poking the bear, doubling down on the exact stuff that had people calling her out in the first place. At this point, you would think that Natalie might try and lay low, right? No, instead she moves straight into bullying. Like actual bullying, and somehow thinks it's content. One of the worst clips, Natalie mocking a homeless African-American man because of his disability. The guy stuttered while speaking, and instead of treating him like a person, she films herself laughing and imitating him for likes. And this wasn't some old resurfaced clip. It's from her own content, as y'all can see from this video.
Do you want to hang out?
Yeah.
Do you want to walk around with me?
Well, one second.
And then there's the drive-through stunt. Natalie pulled up to a fast food spot, stopped a woman of color mid-shift, and made her hold up a mirror so she could film herself doing that jet to holiday trend. Watch how it went down.
You hold my mirror really quick. Nothing beats a jet to holiday. And right now, you could save 50 pounds per person. That's 200 pounds off for a family of 4. Thank you.
Now, between the mocking and the drive-through clip, it's like she goes out of her way to pick on people who can't push back. And when people call her out for it, you guessed it, she either ignored it or played the victim. Like everyone is just too sensitive. By now, people weren't just annoyed, they were done. And that's why when the most recent Bop House incident hit, everyone was like, oh, of course, it's Natalie again. If you somehow missed it, Natalie wasn't just hanging out there. According to Aisha, who lives in the house, Natalie trashed the place completely. We're talking egged walls, broken decor, trash everywhere, and then just left it like it was no big deal. Here is Aisha showing the damage and explaining exactly what went down.
So I just got back to the Bop House after not being here for a few days, and we all know who came here recently, right? You guys want to see something insane? What the actual That's disgusting.
The craziest part, she wasn't even there alone. She was reportedly hanging with Aisha's brother, and instead of stepping in or taking responsibility, she just left the wreckage behind for everyone else to deal with. And when people called her out, she actually said she was just a guest and it wasn't her job to deal with the mess.
And of course I'm being blamed for leaving the mess at the Bop House. Newsflash, your brother was also there, so why didn't he clean up after our mess? Like, the guest should never be cleaning up at somebody's house. That's like common etiquette, I thought.
And I mean, at this point, are we even surprised? This is the same girl who ran off laughing while a homeless woman was screaming for help, who thinks that picking fights over braids is a personality trait, and who mocks people for clout. So, of course she would treat someone else's home like her personal playground. And if you thought wrecking the Bop House was the bottom, just wait. Because the stuff that came out right before that might have actually been worse. Back in January, she went live on Kick holding a spear, chasing a pig like it was some weird reality show challenge. And the wild part? She was acting like this was just normal content.
Come on. Don't pull down my dog. Come on. Let's go. Stab. Push in. Push harder.
The secondhand backlash hit, the stream disappeared, no explanation, no statement, just deleted like it never even happened. Which honestly only made people even angrier because now it looked like she was trying to sweep it under the rug instead of owning up to it. But believe it or not, that wasn't even the scandal that people were most stuck on. Because right after that, the story started spreading that Natalie was the reason a 32-year marriage fell apart. The claim? A woman found out that her husband was subscribed to Natalie's OnlyFans, and it sparked their divorce. Even if Natalie never spoke to the guy, the internet didn't care. Everyone started calling her a home wrecker, like she personally showed up to their house and ruined everything. Here's the woman explaining how she found out.
Natalie Reynolds has ruined my 32-year marriage. I'm so ashamed to be talking about this online, but hopefully I can spread awareness. About 4 nights ago, I was on my husband's phone and I saw an email that looked a little suspicious to me. I clicked on it and there were $350 in charges on his credit card, purchasing fans-only content.
And then came the part that made people's jaws drop. Some people were saying the woman in question was actually Natalie's mom. One comment that blew up literally said, well, that would be a marriage deal breaker if it was her stepdad. You guys, can we pause for a minute? Because if any of that is true, that's not just another messy influencer scandal. That is straight up, are we watching a Netflix docuseries or real life level of disturbing? Now, at this point, every time Natalie pops back up online, it is the same tired routine. A half-baked, I'm human apology, a sob story about having no friends, and then her acting like everyone is just obsessed with her for no reason. But like, let's be honest. People aren't still talking about those incidents because they're bored. They're talking about it because every single time Natalie posts, there's another mess stacked on top of the last one. And instead of owning up, she deletes the proof, plays the victim, and acts like none of it ever happened. Meanwhile, Brooke Monk's over here posting her usual content, minding her business, while Natalie's not only copying her style, but getting exposed for behavior Brooke wouldn't even think about. And it all makes one thing super clear. Natalie is not just messy, she's reckless, she's abusive, and she'll put whatever shock value she can to stay relevant, mocking a homeless man, trashing a house, and even live streaming herself hunting a pig. At this point, it's not if the internet cancels her, it's when. Because with these receipts stacking by the hour and more people digging up her past while Brooke keeps dropping new content, it feels like we're literally one leaked clip away from Natalie's entire career falling apart right in front of us.